Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Produce Buzzers podcast. We are so happy you have joined us today, and I think you will be too after the show is over, because you will learn a lot about fresh fruits and vegetables, how to select and store them, how to prepare and cook them, and surprising facts about their history and origin. We hope it inspires you to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, not only for your health, but also for your delight and pleasure as you explore their amazing world of taste and delicious flavors. Eating more of them will transform your life in so many positive ways. So settle back, relax, and get ready for another delicious adventure with the Produce Buzzers. Greetings and welcome to another delicious episode of the Produce Buzzers podcast. I'm Edwin Stepp, your host and executive editor of ProduceBuzz.com. I'm joined once again by Teresa Nolan, the founder and president of Produce Buzz, along with Rick Stepp and Cynthia Benedetto, contributing editors to Produce Buzz. Now, Happy New Year, everyone. We're a little bit past the New Year's, but we're still celebrating. And today we're going to dive into one of the most universally celebrated events, and that is New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. As we know, how people ring in the new year varies widely depending on where you are in the world. That's right, from feasting and fireworks to unique superstitions and rituals, the way we say goodbye to one year and hello to another can be incredibly different and deeply meaningful. The first known record of New Year's celebrations began about 2000 BC in Mesopotamia. This occurred at the time of the vernal or spring equinox, which is toward the end of March. Babylonians celebrated in the spring, the new year in the spring, and they'd have a religious festival named Akitu, taken from the Sumerian term for barley, which was harvested in the spring. They'd perform various rituals, which would last for 11 days. Besides celebrating the new year, Atiku also marked the time that Marduk, the Babylonian sky god, defeated Tiamat, the evil sea goddess. But for others in Mesopotamia and the Near East, the New Year would generally start with the fall equinox. New Year for the Persians, Egyptians, Phoenicians, and even the Israelites started in the fall. But the Greeks were the earliest to celebrate the New Year during the winter solstice. The origin of January 1st marking the new year dates back to 46 BC when Julius Caesar developed the solar-based Julian calendar. This was after the old lunar-based Roman calendar became ineffective. It's interesting that no human-devised calendar is perfect to keep the dates lined up with the seasons. They always get off a bit, and over time, the seasons get out of sync. That's because the Earth's orbit around the sun does not line up with an exact number of days in the year. So Caesar and his astronomers decided to fix this by establishing the 365-day year, and they added an extra day for every 4 years, or what we call a leap year. Another reason behind Caesar making January 1st the start of the new year was to honor Janus. We get the name January. That Janus was the Roman god of beginnings who had two faces. This means that he could go back to the past and move forward to the future. To celebrate the occasion, ancient people would offer sacrifices to the god of beginnings, add laurel branches to their homes as decoration, and exchange gifts. There was another adjustment of the calendar. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII implemented the Gregorian calendar in Rome. Minimal changes were applied to the Julian calendar introduced by Julius Caesar, but they had to erase 10 days out of the calendar to make everything sync back up to the seasons. So those 10 days came out of October. So if you were born in October, you didn't get to celebrate your birthday that year. Well, different traditions, different celebrations around the world. In Europe, in Spain, they have a very interesting tradition. This tradition is where they eat 12 grapes as the clock strikes 12 at midnight. They have to eat one grape for each chime that the bell tolls on the clock. And they have to eat those 12 grapes before the last chime. If you do this, you'll have a lucky year. Otherwise, the upcoming year might be harmful to you. So chew them all before the clock stops chiming. In Denmark, people literally smash their way into the new year. We're talking about plates. Danes save up old dishes throughout the year and then throw them against the doors of friends and family on New Year's Eve. The more
I'd be
broken
so
plates you
pissed. Oh my God. Imagine like what you'd have to clean up.
well, you probably won't have to worry about it because the more broken plates you have, the more friends and good fortune you'll have. So,
No.
That, okay, good. Good for me.
since you have so few friends, since you don't worry. A lot of cultures around the world think things that are round or circular are good luck to consume on New Year's Day because that symbolizes the circle of life. In Greece, Mexico, the Netherlands, they eat round cakes. So that's supposed to be a good way to. Legumes, that is beans and other types of legumes, have been eaten on New Year's Day since back to the Roman times. And today, the Italians still eat lentils on New Year's Day, and Americans we eat black-eyed peas, and they think that's kind of goes back to that to some degree. In Turkey, they smash pomegranates on New Year's Eve, and the more seeds that burst out, the more good fortune you'll have in that year. So those are just a few of the right of some celebrations. Another, though strange one, in Latin America, some of the Latin American countries, they have the superstition that you can manifest success and prosperity if you choose the right color of underwear to wear on New Year's. If you want to get lucky in love in the next year, wear red underwear on New Year's Eve. If you want good luck, you wear yellow underwear. And if you're looking for peace in your life, you wear white underwear.
Uh.
Sharing a midnight kiss goes way back to Roman times as well. They used to do this in Saturnalia, the pagan festival in ancient Rome. And it was very prevalent in German and English folklore. Here's one that we like as produce buzzers and lovers of fresh fruits and vegetables. In Greece, they hang onions on their front door.
Hmm.
That is a symbol of growth and rebirth. And parents would then ask their children to put the onions on their heads to draw good luck for the year to come. So, anyway.
Oh gosh.
So, those are just a few of the strange traditions that are and superstitions around the world for New Year's. The marking of New Year's resolutions. That's a very
Revolutions, some of that
revolutions.
that also might be interchangeable.
Yeah, keep coming back around. For achieving a healthier body, spending more time with family, pursuing goals and aspirations, New Year's. This actually started in Babylonia as well, way back to some of those first New Year's celebration. It makes sense. They would make promises to their gods that they would do better in the coming year and ask for a better year and prosperity. Well, the spiritual side of New Year's resolutions is gone. Creating New Year's resolutions has become more about personal development. And today I have asked our produce buzzers to give us their New Year's resolution about how they're going to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables for the coming year. So, produce buzzers, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Who wants to start?
Can I go?
Yeah, Cynthia.
Okay. So, after my cookie baking, which did you enjoy them, Edwin?
They were delicious. Thank you very much. I ate
You're
them all
very
in
welcome.
about 2 days.
Good. That's impressive. Um, so ugh, then my husband and I figured that like we were looking at the at our expenditures and like it's too easy to just I don't feel like cooking or the day got away. So then we'd order in. And then like it mysteriously got really big, those numbers. I have no idea how. But so then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna, make an effort and just get back to the basics in cooking. So, so that started, that was before the end of the year. But then my girlfriend and I lamenting about how old we're going to be this year. And she's a better eater than I am. She's healthier. But she was saying that her husband makes her a juice every morning. This and that, and like, so anything that's green is going in there. So my husband used to be a juicer, and so now I'm like, we should be doing this. Like, shame on us. And he's like, yes, absolutely. So he gave me a shopping list of things to put in there. And while he's doing it, of course, he's singing like from Fiddler on the Roof, Juice Master, make me a juice. So I picked up ginger, beets, carrots, spinach, cucumbers, sweet potatoes, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens.
Sweet potatoes. Now, all those sound I've heard in juice. I've never heard of putting sweet potatoes in it.
Yeah, it does add.
You have to
like
cook them first, right?
Negative, no.
Really?
Throw that bad boy in there. And
take the skin off.
what?
Do you take the skin off, or do you just put the whole?
I'll clean it up a little bit. So I was at Costco buying large amounts of stuff. And so that I figured probably is going to kick the shit out of all you guys, because like we'll get that in one glass. And then if I'm cooking more, and so when my child was not well last year, she went to a Eastern doctor, and then he's like, look, you need to add more veggies. And she's not a big fruit eater, but then she said, like, no, I eat vegetables. I have this or that. Da, da. He goes, no. He goes, that's what Americans think. Oh, have some fruits and veggies or some vegetables with dinner. He goes, you don't have one. He goes, have two, at least two, maybe three.
Yeah.
So, and then that's where, like my mom used to be like, the protein was small, and it was the produce, the vegetables that were bountiful.
Right. That's a good tip. Keep the protein serving small, and I think 3 should be the minimum. I'm just going to throw that out on a dinner plate, but you could add more.
Mm-hmm.
10 a day.
10 a day. That's what we've preached here.
Okay, wait a minute. So then what is my juice? Isn't that like bada bing, bada boom, I'm done?
That counts. That
1,
counts.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things. So in one juice, I'm almost good for the day, right?
But are you leaving the fiber in?
Yeah, it goes in ugly.
It doesn't. So everything's in there. It's not getting filtered out.
Oh, is it? It
depends on the juicer.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to this exact specifications of his juicer.
If you do it in a blender, you probably get it all, but then it might be hard to get down.
Yeah.
Most of those juicers filter out a lot of the fiber, not everything, but a lot of it.
And the fiber slows the blood, the sugar going to the blood, things like that. So you need that fiber too.
Right.
You probably get
But
lots
it's better
of good
than nothing.
I'll have a cracker with it, or I'll have like some toast.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, there you go.
Metamucil.
You know that you can add the pine needles from your Christmas tree into a smoothie also.
I think he's serious.
I put my
I'm serious.
Christmas tree in the garage in 2 different bags, so I'm not certain that my Christmas tree would be a good candidate for that.
Plastic fiber is not supposed to be very good for that. Of course, plastic's supposed to be in everything right now. Anyway,
yeah, no shit. So yeah, I get it. A little bit more.
Why not?
Seriously, you guys have heard of that guy that he wrote a book about eating your Christmas tree?
I have not heard that.
No,
I missed that one. That sounds riveting.
Wasn't Yule? What was the guy? Yule Gibbons?
Yeah.
He used to say, what did he used to say? Something about a pine tree. Have you ever eaten a pine tree? What did he used to say?
He's grape nuts, wasn't he?
Many parts are edible. He used to say.
Yeah, that's right. He's advertising grape nuts. And,
I went to see him in Pasadena when I was in college.
Why?
Really?
A friend of mine didn't have a car. He said, will you go with me to the Pasadena Communities College to hear a speech by Yule Gibbons? I said, sure, I'll go. we got there and they came out on stage and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gibbons cannot be here tonight because he's become ill." And the title of his speech was something like "Eat Right and Grow Healthy" or something. It was
Oh
funny.
dear.
He died about a year later.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, he never recovered, and like, and we're all like cackling.
Did he
Oh
die in
dear.
I interrupted
Pasadena?
Cynthia because I just wanted her to know that for the fiber, you can use, if you look it up, how to eat your Christmas tree. I found an article in the Smithsonian magazine about it just now. You can add your Christmas tree pine needles to the smoothie for the fiber part.
Hmm.
But I wonder if Christmas trees, unless you go and cut it down from your backyard,
Right.
like the Christmas tree farmers, aren't there some kind of things they're spraying on it? Because like that's not food, so they don't even have to worry about it. So if paraquat work, psh, put all over the tree.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Hmm. Do you
So
buy your Christmas tree, Rick? You got a lot of trees on your property. Do you
I
have
could cut a fresh tree right within 100 yards of the house every
I
year,
don't believe you. Go right now and we'll watch it.
but we hate to kill a tree. You want to get
So you just
nicer
have
to it.
somebody else kill it for you?
No,
Mhm.
we use an artificial tree.
Oh.
We didn't even put it up this year because we were going to Denver for Christmas. So we didn't even,
Well, I suppose those Christmas tree vendors are going to cut it and kill it anyway. So better
right.
to take one of theirs that's already been killed.
Already
And it's a crop,
sentenced to death.
Mhm.
I feel
Rick,
like I have to replant another pine tree if I harvested one off of my
Rick,
property.
Rick has a Christmas tree here in this yard that he planted 50 years ago, probably, and it's
Yeah.
like it's so huge. Well, there was a few years that we bought a Christmas tree with the roots still on it, roots in the ball.
Oh
Mhm.
wow. Mhm.
And Rick went out and planted that on the bank here, and that thing is huge now. It's one of the tallest trees in the yard.
It's probably 100 feet tall, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Big.
That was some good advice. Juicing and make sure your protein on the plate at dinner is small and the rest of your plate is filled with colorful vegetables.
Yeah.
From Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. Any more? You have any other?
I'm already past the limit. I'm like, boom, I'm done.
Okay,
Okay.
well, thank you, Cynthia. Who's going to go next? Our produce buzzers.
I'll go next.
Okay, our
All
fearless
right.
leader, Teresa
Yeah.
Moon. What's your New
So,
Year's resolution for our listeners?
well, to try to stay on the diet, I guess. Try to be healthy, consuming the 10 a day if possible.
Yeah.
But one of the things that can really help with weight loss is to eat soups. If you can make a fresh vegetable soup
Hmm.
or even a chicken broth based soup and put your vegetables in that, that can really help to cut your appetite for one thing.
Right.
And of course, you're getting lots and lots of good vitamins through the soup. And I always start with a base of onion, celery, carrot, garlic, and cilantro. And when I'm doing the chicken stock, I throw all of that in with the carcass of a chicken, and
Hmm.
I leave the peels on the onions. I will cut the roots off because I don't want the dirt that's in the roots getting in
Right.
there, but I'll leave the peels on both the onion and the garlic
Oh, wow.
and run it through the cycle in my pressure cooker. And then with the chicken stock, I put it in the refrigerator and let the fat congeal and scoop it out with a sieve
Oh,
afterwards. So
right.
you have a low fat chicken stock.
Got it.
If I'm doing a vegetable soup, I will still use pretty much the same ingredients. And of course, I failed to mention that you had to put water in the chicken broth, but you've got to cover that carcass with water too.
Yeah.
But um, I will do it with uh, maybe even canned tomatoes because that's pretty quick. You can throw in the onion, garlic, carrot, and
So on
celery
your
and
vegetable
cilantro.
soup, you leave out the chicken broth and it's just vegetable broth.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Got it.
And then for with my vegetables, I will use Rick's favorite method of cooking and
Oh my God, not the microwave.
and microwave them. And you can even just use frozen vegetables from the freezer, um, and just not overcook them because carrots, uh, if they're pretty thick slices, 5 minutes in the microwave, they will be like candy.
Hmm.
And the broccoli, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then just cook them up. Throw in some beans for protein, black beans, or um, some of the any kind of bean that you like. I use black beans a lot because I like them, and they are pretty nutritious too.
Hmm.
Um, and that's a meal. And it will fill you up. And if you're still hungry after you eat your soup, you can add some kind of protein or something like that. But um, it will make you feel healthier just thinking about it, I do believe.
It does.
If it
Yeah,
wasn't, the weather's so fabulous down here now, but in the summertime, it's a hard sell to give my husband soup.
he won't eat it, huh?
I mean, like
Gazpacho.
sometimes I can.
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho, great.
That's not my vibe. But yeah, soups are great. They are.
Vichyssoise. Vichyssoise.
Vichyssoise.
Yeah, you can eat that, a cold potato soup.
I want my potato soup hot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good too. Just turn the air conditioner up real high and just, or real low, rather. Turn it down real
I
low.
keep it on 69, 68, 69.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if I go
Yeah.
any colder than that, then I think that's going to be problematic.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, you could in the cooler months, you can
Yes. Yes.
head for the soup, and it's a good meal.
Yeah.
Well, your smoothies or your juicing, that's like a soup anyway.
Yeah.
You could actually put some vegetables in with your smoothie.
Oh, just eat
That
it.
is already vegetables.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could actually put some of the things like the carrots that maybe you wouldn't do in normally. Do you put
Well,
carrots in?
thanks for playing, Rick. Next. No, I've got enough veggies in there.
Yeah.
Well, you're actually
But
eating
I
cold
wonder
soup for
though.
breakfast. You're eating cold soup for breakfast, but
But
it
wait a
doesn't
minute. So
appeal
I
for the evening.
wonder if you have to get X amount of grams of protein a day. Uh, so let's just say you have 3 meals a day. You can't eat like a whole chicken at breakfast because your body only can absorb X amount. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So,
Depending on the size of the chicken.
okay. So, but even if it was like, it doesn't matter, like the size of a football or the size, like like the size of it, like you're going to get to where you're not absorbing it anymore. So you're not getting the benefits from it. You're just like blind eating. But I wonder if that's the same thing with the juice in the morning.
Yes. You can get too much sugar through a juicer if you're not careful.
Lay off my sugar now. Stop.
What I mean is your body has to absorb all the sugar you put in there. So if you eat vegetables or fruits whole, it doesn't spike your blood sugar as much. But if you drink a whole 16-ounce glass of things that have sugar in them, you're putting all that sugar straight into your bloodstream. So yeah, you can overdo it.
Well, there's a difference between overdoing, but if I'm having a soda, I'm not really trying to go like, oh, can I absorb all this? It's like a more taste thing. So I don't really watch, like, oh, you're not gonna be able to absorb all that sugar. I got it. Thanks.
I think sugar is the only thing we eat that we absorb all of it.
Oh, good.
Goes straight to
Don't-
fat.
Haste makes waste, right?
Yeah.
And Rick's kind of lecturing you like a father in this. Is this a new definition of a sugar daddy?
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Does that serve as a homegrown, Teresa?
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
We got soup and we got juicing.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
things.
That's great. Those are both
And
great ideas.
now, when you're using beans for protein, you actually need something like a grain to make it a complete protein. So
That's true.
that, some whole wheat crackers or toast or something
Rice.
like that with it is good. Rice is really
Or-
good. Yeah.
Goes well in soups.
Yeah.
But do the brown rice.
Yeah.
No, you don't do the brown rice.
Why?
I only do white rice because like I'm seeing all this stuff like well, I don't like brown rice first of all, but I'm seeing all this stuff that like, it's
Really
marginally
isn't?
better for you. Not
Okay.
like but yeah, so it's not as touted as
Yeah. I think I've heard that too.
yeah. And so
Wow.
I don't even know if it's true or not, but I'm like, it works for my argument. Check off.
Yeah.
Back to white rice.
What about corn? Does corn count as a grain with beans?
a can of corn? Like
Well, just corn in general, because that's
I don't
good in
eat-
vegetable soup. It goes
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Corn.
I don't like corn.
You can tell we're in
Corn.
the fresh produce business, can't you? And
Oh, boy.
I use it sometimes. I made some. I make this chicken tortilla soup, which is I love, and I often will use the canned corn in water. But when you pour that water into the soup, it sweetens it up a little bit because the sugars from the corn. There's
Good.
a little sweet flavor to it, so it's nice.
I use frozen corn a lot in the soups.
Yeah,
So
that works.
But
as well.
isn't corn just nothing but starch?
it's fiber. There's fiber there too.
Yeah, but you're right. There's not a lot of nutritional value in corn compared
It's
to other
it's an iceberg lettuce situation.
things. Yeah, I
A
guess so.
vehicle.
A vehicle.
if you
Yeah.
put corn on iceberg lettuce, cover it with
And you're eating nothing on nothing.
ranch
Nothing
dressing.
squared.
I just looked it up. Corn has a variety of vitamins, including vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin.
What's the percentages?
They're just saying what's in it. It
Okay.
contains minerals like
Scant.
calcium,
Is the word scant in there?
calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and zinc. High in fiber. It can help you feel full. So, it contains antioxidants that can help ease the wear and tear on the body's cells. It has lutein and something else that I can't pronounce. Zeaxanthin, which can support vision and eye health. And it keeps going on and on about all these
Well,
good things of corn.
go
Thank you,
to-
National Corn Board.
Yeah, go to the iceberg now and see if they go like, look, it's really crunchy and has a good beat and it's easy to dance to.
I think there are a lot of things we found out about vegetables and like these that we didn't know before. There are a lot of things in them that we thought, and maybe even iceberg lettuce is good for us.
Yeah.
It's certainly low in calories and makes a great taco shell if you don't want to eat bread.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Replace your hamburger buns and your taco shells with iceberg lettuce leaves. You'll be way ahead of the game.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, very good. So those are some great ideas, and you're getting those. You could just about get 10 a day with Cynthia's juice in the morning and Teresa's soup in the evening. There'd be at least 5 in each of those servings. And one thing that I want to add to this about getting 10 a day, they say you should have 4 to 5 servings a day of fresh fruits and vegetables, and they usually say a serving is what, a cup or a half a cup?
Half a cup.
Half a cup.
Yes.
I think the main thing about is to get the variety of these fruits and vegetables and not worry about the amount, because if you're getting 10 different fruits and vegetables in the day, you're getting the benefits from those 10 or different fruits or vegetables, which all have different compositions of the vitamins and minerals. So I think if you get 10 a day and it's only a quarter of a cup, you're getting well
You're
over
ahead
the
of the,
record-
yeah,
ahead
you're
of it.
ahead of,
Okay, well, is that all you have for us, Teresa? Any
I
other
think
ideas?
until we get to the homegrown, I think so.
Okay. Well, Rick.
Going back to the iceberg lettuce, if in theory you had a salad with iceberg lettuce every day and you put those 10 servings of fruits and vegetables in that salad, it becomes a vehicle.
Yet again, it becomes
That's true. And it makes it more palatable,
Right.
to have
I
it.
actually I like iceberg lettuce. I do like the texture of it.
Yeah, the crispness of it is hard to beat. Like, and this is not the healthiest salad, but a wedge salad. Oh man, that's hard to beat with the blue cheese and bacon.
Bacon, yes. Blue cheese, no. I thought you were going to say PF Chang is not really healthy, but they're chicken wraps.
Well, I tell you, that's something that I will say for my one of my tips is PF Chang. I'll get that, but we're going to let Rick go first. Rick, what do you got for the microwave for us?
All right. Well, actually, that's way off course for what I'm going to talk about today. With processed foods, it's basically the whole interior of the grocery store, as we all know.
Right.
And they always say if you shop around the exterior walls, you start with produce, then you move over to the meat section, and then maybe over to the dairy section, and then around
The wine. That's always
yeah,
the perimeter.
yeah, that's a whole food. Wine is processed. It does have some things in it, but it is a whole food.
Right.
But yeah, my goal is to make a commitment to eat whole foods and leave all that stuff in the grocery store behind that's processed. Just take any box of processed foods you got in your pantry. I'm sure we all have some, and read the ingredients. And the advice by a lot of experts is if you don't know what the ingredient is, you probably should not be eating it. At least if you're going to eat it, look it up and see what it is.
Yeah.
Because most processed foods like crackers and that type of thing have a long, long list of ingredients, things that you would have no idea. And some ingredients are disguised, like people talk about monosodium glutamate. Even monosodium glutamate, it has 30 different words they can use to disguise what it really is. They can actually call it natural flavors. And so many of the products that we're eating, we have no idea what they're made from. So my goal is going to be to try to, I guess you would naturally increase the good foods in your diet if you get rid of the processed foods that are probably not good for you.
Yeah.
And because if you're going to eat more fruits and vegetables, are you going to quit eating something else? You probably.
I could tell you no.
Well, that's the theory that, they often say, start with a salad, start with eating carrots and celery and fill your stomach up with that. And then you won't want as much of the other stuff. That doesn't always work for me, but
Because you remember you have that separate stomach that you always talk
yeah,
about.
that's right.
The dessert stomach.
I have a separate stomach for
Is that
dessert.
kind of like are you a ruminant?
Yeah. Yeah. Rick, your suggestion for everyone is eat whole foods, dish the processed foods. Don't eat anything that has an ingredient in it that you don't know what it is, can't pronounce.
Yeah, that's the general idea, but good luck sticking to that 100%.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of that, there's some.
Yeah, you got to have
like
some stuff.
I like Triscuits.
Oh,
crackers.
yeah.
I've never really
Addicting.
looked at the ingredients. I'm sure there's some stuff in there that I probably shouldn't get, but they
It's
Don't.
the same as Doritos.
really. No.
I'm kidding.
I was
I need to
gonna say
look at it
it's probably all the same ingredients and they just like mix them up.
Yeah. Well, they do have different flavorings of them now. I don't go there. I just
No,
get the
that's
plain ones.
gross. Yeah.
But those feel good, taste good. I love the texture of them. I think they're a little healthier than just a cracker. But anyway, so yeah, good luck.
And we probably are going to be hearing a lot about this elimination of processed foods with JFK Jr.
RFK.
RF, yeah. I knew I was saying that wrong. RFK Jr.'s position. But
Did he get, no, you got to wait till he gets like the thumbs
you
up.
know, that's why I said probably
Yeah, he's dicey. He's just
because
too controversial.
big food, big pharma, big med, big agriculture, he's going to have a lot of resistance. So I'm not sure if he'll be successful or not. But
Well,
he
he's
has,
got some good ideas I've seen.
Yeah,
And
he's
like I
got,
said,
yeah.
he's gone after some of the right things.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
He's gone after Monsanto and didn't he do some, he did a lot of environmental stuff like the Aaron Brockovich, didn't he?
yes,
Was he involved with
Yeah.
that?
And he's just like, yeah, he's just been famously successful in that. But then then he says something dumb, It's just like, please.
And then there was the photo of him with Trump on the airplane, and they were all eating McDonald's, and they each had two sandwiches and two orders of fries. Did you see that?
Yes. And I
I
think
thought,
I,
and
I heard his,
he had a real painful look on his face. RFK did. I think he was not happy about that, but he was holding it
yeah, he's a
up.
big meaty. He's a
Well,
big
meat's
meaty
one
boy.
thing. Well, meat's
He's a
one
big
thing.
what? What?
You can take a McDonald's hamburger and you can throw the bun away and eat the
Yeah,
meat.
yeah. Well, you don't
And
have to throw the
well,
bun away. That's
it's
kind of
100% beef now.
That's probably
but
the safest thing that's in there. And I love McDonald's.
well, that's kind of one of my tips is if you've got to have a little junk food in your diet or processed foods that we've been talking about, find a way to add veggies to them. Like Cynthia mentioned PF Chang's. PF Chang's sells their some of their entrees in the frozen section of the grocery store. And I really love their orange, is it the orange chicken? Spicy chicken. And it's nothing but the chicken in their spicy sauce.
Oh, and then
There's
you
no,
add
and what I
everything
do
else.
is
Oh,
I put in onions and peppers and mushrooms, and then usually I'll have some rice and I'll make the rice and I'll take a frozen bag of peas and carrots and put that into the rice and then chop up green onions on top of that rice. And then I have that spicy chicken with all those fresh vegetables. And I call that vegging it up. Veg it
Mm.
up.
no, you're vegging out.
Vegging out, but vegging up your bad dishes. So, and like a cheeseburger, McDonald's cheeseburger, which I do like. They are good.
They're so good.
What I do though is if I have one, I usually get it, bring it home, and I slice up red onion on it, lettuce, tomato, pickles, avocado, put that on there. And then I don't feel so guilty about eating the bun after all that stuff is on it. So,
Bun is a vehicle.
yes.
Exactly. Just leave the guilt at the door. Pick it up
Right.
on your way out. Yeah.
So that's my tip. Find ways to add veggies to your already food that maybe you really love, can't do without, but you want to add. Like a
Well,
pizza, frozen pizza. There's another example. Get a frozen cheese pizza, slice up onions, peppers, mushrooms, all the same things. I mean, artichoke hearts, uh, jalapeno peppers if you don't mind spice. And man, you've got a great pizza there.
okay, so what I hear you say is you and I could go through the drive-through at McDonald's and get a number 7 meal, which is I said that to my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, I have 7 meal. She goes, like I know what that
I
is.
don't know what that
What
is.
does that mean? It's the 2 cheeseburger meal at McDonald's. So you could
Okay.
have one and I'll take the other because I never
All
eat
right.
them both.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
mother
that's
and I
good.
used to do that and we'd
We
split
have
it.
to get the large fries though.
Oh, for each of us.
McDonald's fries is probably the worst thing for you in the world, but they are good. I don't know how to veg those up. I
No.
guess you could chop up the same kind of thing on them, but anyway.
Well, you could make your own at home. Just
Nice.
the yellow potatoes are really good, though. You can slice those up using a mandolin. Put put the potatoes in ice water for like about 15 minutes,
Hmm.
and then put them in an air fryer, and they are pretty darn good, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I
In
have a
ice water.
mandolin and I have the water and I have the potatoes. I have no, um, Instapot or pressure cooker, or whatever you
Air
call it.
fryer.
Air fryer.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
you got that too. Yeah, that one too.
Do you have a convection oven?
Yeah,
Same thing.
convection-ish.
Yeah.
It's not like
Convection oven will
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You can also
Well,
broil. You can cut them up into fries and put them on the top rack and broil the potatoes the old-fashioned way, and that's pretty good.
no, the
Do that.
old-fashioned way is in oil and you fry them.
I'm talking about before they invented oil.
Oh.
Back in caveman days.
I just killed a dinosaur, but I picked up this potato. See what you can do with it.
I put so much ketchup on them that I don't even notice the difference.
Ketchup. There's another one of your veggies of the day.
All right.
One of the
It
10,
really
ketchup.
can be, because I know we've talked about this before, and I think Edwin does it. You can make your own ketchup. All you need is a
I've
can
never
of
made
tomato
my
sauce,
ketchup, but
1 can of tomato sauce, 2 cans of tomato paste. Mix them together really good. Put some vinegar in there, and it tastes
a
almost.
pound of sugar.
No, don't put. That's why you want to make your own ketchup.
Yeah, but I bet you even if
Tomato.
you no, I bet you even if you added your own sugar and got it to where you liked it, it would have no preservatives, no artificial this or that. So
High
you're
fructose
still
corn.
ahead of you're still ahead of the
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but honestly, just try it sometime. If you mix all tomato paste, tomato sauce, mix it up, put some vinegar in. You know how Heinz ketchup has that vinegary taste?
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it so good. And
Salt.
if you want to add some salt, add some salt. And
Right.
You're not getting you're getting sugar from the tomato sauce and tomato paste, but that's all the ingredient is tomatoes. If you do that.
I think you look on a ketchup bottle, sugar is probably the second or third ingredient. That's why the ketchup in the bottle is so much more in demand. But well, these are all some good suggestions today. You know, one of the things about that people seem to find difficulty in eating more fresh fruits and vegetables is the time it takes to prepare them. And I think the juicing for breakfast, the soup for dinner, those are two very time-saving methods of getting them. And Rick, just eat those whole foods. And I'm surprised you could have brought a lot of microwave recipes, because the microwave, again, helps save a lot of time. And as you've tried to convince us, they come out just as good, if not better. So don't be afraid to use that microwave. I can't believe I'm saying this, Cynthia.
I know, right?
Am I a traitor?
I am a gas.
Now, Edwin, don't say that you don't use the microwave.
I don't use it much. I don't use it much. I prefer things because it just doesn't heat evenly. That's the biggest problem for me.
Yes, yeah, right.
You know, you just never know. It's not cooking evenly. Even if you get everything cooked, there's such inconsistencies in the way it cooks.
And it doesn't stay hot. It doesn't stay hot.
I never cook anything. I just steam it, basically.
Yeah, that's what I need to learn how to use a microwave for time's sake better.
I use it for a timer. Does that count?
Yeah, I guess that works. Well, thank you, Produce Buzzers, and I hope listeners, you got a lot out of this day and are inspired to make some New Year's resolutions. Get 10 a day. See if you can do it. Get 10 a day, and let us know if you did it and how you did it. Well,
you can do it in that soup and the juicer easily.
Yeah. Yep. Well, our last published episode was the worst of the homegrowns of 2024. Listeners, I hope you listened to it.
Yay!
We
That's
titled
what
it.
we're shooting for.
Yeah. I titled it "The Best?" ? No, the worst of homegrown 2024. And we just had a series of them, and not all of them, of course. We couldn't play them all, but and the last one I saved for our favorite fan, Ron Inatomi.
Ron.
Because in one of the episodes he appeared, Teresa couldn't make it. She was not available that day. So he filled in for her and had a couple of good homegrowns, and we finished off with that one in that. So listen to that if you haven't. I know it's punishment. We're going to put you through it again to start the new year, right, Teresa?
That's right.
It's
The
time
only way to go.
for homegrown. Okay, Teresa.
All right. So, a pear and an apple decided that they wanted to get healthy. And so they decided to start exercising. But why do you think they broke up and stopped the program?
They gave up. Okay, so
They
pear
gave
and
it up.
apple
Mm-hmm.
was a New Year's resolution, beginning of the year. They decided.
Yeah. They wanted to get healthy. They
Yep.
decided that they would work
So they
out.
started off, they were buddies,
Yeah, they were
encouraging each
exercising.
other,
Yeah.
but pretty soon they gave up. Was it January 9th? Because I read somewhere the other day that January 9th is the day most people break the resolutions.
Well, it probably was.
Okay. All right. So any ideas, Cynthia? Why the pear and the apple decided not to
To
get
stop.
I
healthy?
think it would depend on if
Exercising.
it was like a Bartlett pear or if it was a comise. Because like the comise would be like, oh, I'm getting really strong. Like I'm not soft anymore.
Yeah.
I'm
Who wants
guessing
up?
that because as a pair, they weren't very appealing.
Ah.
Oh, that was very good.
Nah.
Mm.
Well, nobody wants a
It didn't
pear
appeal to
shape.
them
What was that?
because it didn't appeal to them anymore.
Oh, there you go.
And that's not it. Nobody wants a pear-shaped body. That's one
Mhm.
thing I know.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure you'd want an apple one either.
No, no. Let's see. Do I have any ideas? No, I can't get it. So why did the
Okay.
apple and pear, they teamed up to get healthier, exercise more, but then it didn't last long. They stopped. Why?
It just wasn't working out.
Oh,
Oh, that was the worst.
well, it started the year off really sadly, people. Okay. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to the Produce Buzzers podcast, brought to you by Produce Buzz, the gathering place for lovers of fresh fruits and veggies. We hope you were entertained a bit and educated a lot about fresh produce. Be sure to join us next time, and please tell your friends to do so as well. Like, share, and comment on our Produce Buzz Facebook page. And check out our website at www.producebuzz.com. There you will find articles about fresh fruits and veggies, how to select, store, and prepare them, as well as lots of interesting facts about all the wonderful bounty the earth provides for us. Until next time, be fruitful and don't forget to veg out.